Greg G.K. Porter for Langevin Productions here in the city of El Cajon at El Cajon Valley High School, alongside Jim Costa Films. Jim Costa Films #1 is Jim Costa, and the creator of George Langevin Productions, George here. And I'm with GK Sports, the newbie on the block. Coming out now is the guys for both teams that are going to decide which direction you're going to go. Santana, and for El Cajon in the light blue colors with the red numbers. Let's get their lineup. #1 is Vernell Moon. #2 is Hector Maldonado. 3 is Anthony Tai. Sadiq Almansali is #4. #5 is Wade Deshay. Angel Ruiz is #6. Hakeem Harris, #8. #9, Jafar Ashamari, #9. #10 is Anton White. #12 is Brian Kushu. 17 is Kevin Darby. 18 is Irving Von Bone. 20 is Kamal Ahmadi. 22 is Matthew Sharon. 23 is DeAndre Pre. 24, Alan Harris. 27, Ryan Pete. 50 is Jose Nava. 51 is Alan Isho. Esteban Lopez is 55. 56 is Karar Al-Niem. Mohammed Al-Haidar is 65. 71 is Serwin Salih. 72 is Manha Shamun. Katahamek Gutierrez is 73. DeAndre Tolbert, 76. 77 is Ryan Petros. 82 is Martin Patty. And Dylan Agayo is #44 for the Sultans. Their lineup will read this way. Cody Stam is at a DB spot. Also, Sean Padberg is at a linebacker position. Gabe Cruz is a quarterback. A wide receiver DB is Brandon Glasgow. Wide receiver DB is Corey Connor, and we're going to stop there. And the rest of the players, we will mention them as they make plays out there on the field. Back deep to receive for the Sultans of Santana High School. And that ball is up at about the 14-yard line, and El Cajon is excited as they didn't get much of a run back on that kick. The heat has subsided quite a bit over the last 24 hours out here in the eastern part of San Diego, about 16 miles to the east of the downtown city proper. Greg G.K. Porter with you, along with George Langevin, my spotter. Jim Costa bringing you the sights and sounds. El Cajon Valley High School. We got trips to the right for Santana. And they give it to #23 for a short gain. Ryan Browning, the ball carrier. Gained a few yards. It'll be second down. About 7 yards to go. Hopefully you're enjoying this one with your beverage and your snack out here in El Cajon. This game coming to you from Langevin Productions, and they had a sweep around the left side. Pretty close to the first down marker. Instead, it's going to be third down. Tyler Browning, ball carrier. Third down and a short 1 to go for the Sultans of Santana High School. Playing on the road tonight. Get a full house backfield behind Gabe Cruz. Cruz hands it off straight up the gut. And will it be enough for a first down? They didn't get enough, so it's going to be short. And now will. They decide to go for it, or will they punt it away? They're going to decide to punt it away. Ty Anthony dropping back to receive the punt. Anthony is going to be short of him. Hits a couple of times around a 40 and then dies at about the 42-yard line. And that's where El Cajon Valley will get it started. The 42-yard line. Let's see what they can do as they're able to stop the Sultans on just 3 plays. No score if you just checked in. California Interscholastic Federation football down here in San Diego County. The pitch out and across the 40 to the 42, and he's pushed back. Might not have gained anything on that play. Good pursuit along the left side for the Sultans. Gain a yard on the play. Double wide receivers off to the left. Going to hand it off to the second man through, and he gains some pretty good yardage. Just going straight forward behind his center. Getting it up to about the 49-yard line. Third down, and they've got about 4 yards to go. Gallo was a running back on that last play. And not able to hold on to it is Ty Anthony. So they're going to turn it over on downs. Not able to complete the passing play and dropping back. To punt it is Esteban Lopez. And Lopez will be punting it to Tyler Browning. Browning is at about the 16-yard line. Lopez gets off a pretty good kick. But a fair catch right there at about the 16-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Sultans at the 16. So neither team could gain a first down on their first possession. Well, let's see what the Sultans can do. Winless here in 2012. A team that went to the CIF championship game last season under their longtime coach, Dave Gross. Fell short against Valley Center. The championship game. Cruz. And he finds his teammate there across on a kind of an going toward the middle of the field to Tyler Browning. And Browning getting him a first down across the 30 to the 32-yard line. So it's a 16-yard pass play. Cruz. Nice play action, getting it across the 40-yard line up to about the 44. Line of scrimmage was the 31. And another first down. 13-yard run. Cruz going to hand it off. And he is swarmed under on that play. Ball carrier Khalil Stewart had nowhere to run with that one. As a pursuit, the Baby Blue able to get into the backfield and make the play. Lost at least a yard on that play. Looking for Browning, not able to connect with him that time. So it's going to be third down and long yardage to go. Let's see what Cruz and company can come up with this time. No score in the football game here in the first quarter. Watching a Langevin production. Out here in the eastern part of San Diego, and that one is going to be a play that they are not going to gain really anything out of either. Maybe being back to the line of scrimmage was number 6, Cody Stam. So the fourth down is coming up, and they're going to obviously punt it. It hits at about the 34, and then getting out of the way at the last moment that time was Vernell Moon. Because if it hits him, that's a live ball, and the Sultans have a great opportunity to pick it up and put it in the end zone. The ball rests now at the 12-yard line. So that's where El Cajon Valley will get it started, at the 12. On only their second possession of the game. Fans still filling in here. El Cajon Valley High School on a very comfortable night. Mentioned earlier, it's been a very warm summer out here in the eastern part of the county, all over San Diego County for that matter. And a running play off the left side, and it's a good running play for El Cajon. And they get El Cajon Valley getting close to the first down. You got 9 yards on that running play. Working out of the shadow of their own end zone. Spreading out the Sultans on this play. And he throws it off to the right. And he eluded one defender, able to gain some more yards and get a first down. Ty Anthony, ball carrier on that play. Try to run up the middle, not able to do so. Loss of a yard on the play, so it'll be second down and 11. Got man in motion, pitch it out. Off the left side, trying to cut inside, and good defensive play. Sean Padberg was over there getting an initial hit. Slow him down. Anton White was the ball carrier on that play. White gaining a scant yard on the play. Able to turn that play inside and put a stop to it. Third down now and 9 yards to go. El Cajon Valley High School to pitch out. And again, getting the call, Anton White. And White not able to do anything, as again, the linebackers and the defensive linemen getting over there and shutting the play down. Third down and 11 yards to go, or fourth down, I should say, and it is going to be a punt. It was nearly that on the last play. And nearly, and it got a piece of the ball, so that time it is not going to be a flag. Roughing the kicker. That ball rests all the way up to the 44-yard line. So it'll be, they mark it actually at the 43. So great field position for the Sultans of Santana High School. And they'll have it 1st and 10. Working in the defensive territory of El Cajon Valley High School. Beautiful sunset a little while ago. San Diego County, you're picking up this game from, watching it from. Greg G.K. Porter. And Cruz looking long for Browning. It was up high, but just couldn't reel that one in. It was covered pretty well that time. And so that pass play goes awry. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 yards to go for the Sultans. Nose of the football right at the 43-yard line. Santana High School. See what the purple and gold can do with it on 2nd down, and they're going to have a running play right up the middle, and it's a good running play across the 35 down to the 34-yard line, and close to a 1st down. It is 3rd down now. A short 2 to 3 yards.
30 with the carry.
Khalil Stewart with a nice run on that play. And jumping off, El Cajon Valley. Encroachment against him. And the infraction will be marched off. Putting the ball just inside the 30-yard line. And a 1st down for the Sultans of Santana High School. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the 1st quarter. There's still no score. Cruz, the quarterback, the senior, handing off for a running play. Gonna go off tackle, and coming in there to make a fine play that time was number 21. Khalil Stewart, the ball carrier. Gain of about a yard. Cruz fakes a handoff, rolls off to his left, finds a receiver across that 20-yard line. It's going to be a 1st down. Cody Stam catching that football from Gabe Cruz. And Cruz has got his team now down to the 11-yard line, threatening to put a score up on the board of the Sultans. In this scoreless game, they hand it off to the right, trying to gain some yardage on the ground. And again, that's Stewart, the ball carrier. Khalil getting about 2 yards on the play. Tough sledding that time. Second down and about 8 yards to go. Cruz under the center, drops back, couple steps, and throws it just over the top of his wide receiver's hands that time. The slant. Looking for Robert Schonk. So it'll be a third down and 8 play. Inside a minute left to go in the first quarter. Cruz. Receiver split out to the right and to the left. He hands it off straight up the middle. And they get in there and make the play quickly for no gain. It actually looked like a loss. Kushu was in on the tackle for El Cajon Valley. So coming in to kick is Dylan English. And English setting it up there at the 21-yard line. The kick, so it's a 31-yard kick. Dylan English. They call for the snap, it's down, it's good, up, and it is no good. Off to the left. So El Cajon Valley High School averting being behind 3-0. Timeout on the field. Resume play. No score after 1 quarter here at El Cajon Valley High School. El Cajon Valley. Flushed out of the pocket, and he is going to get a first down. Number 8, Hakeem Harris. Doing some scrambling that time, couldn't find anybody downfield, and elected to tuck it in and take it upfield. Got his team up to the 40-yard line. Trips to the right, now a man in motion. Not much on that play, if anything. Maybe lost yardage. Vernell Moon, the ball carrier. And Moon found some heavy pursuit along the right side for the Sultans to be able to sniff that play out for no gain. So second down, 10 yards to go. The 40-yard line for El Cajon Valley. No score here in the second quarter. Just the opening of the second quarter. Active pass. And a long throw is going to be broken up. Harris looking for his wideout down that left sideline. Not able to find him that time. So it's a third down. 10 yards to go. See what the Sultans can do here on third down. Keep them from getting a first down. They try to hand it up the middle, and that is not working. It hasn't worked so far in this game.
Come on, Tyler.
So it is 4th down now, and they're going to have to punt it away. Dropping back is Browning. Tyler Browning standing at the 24-yard line, awaiting the kick in a scoreless game. Snap, not a very good one. Browning says, get away from that kick. As it turns out to be a favorable one for the Sultans, as they have it now at the 42-yard line. So Santana will have it 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Again, in their last possession, they had good field territory. They had it inside El Cajon Valley territory and not able to connect on a 31-yard field goal try. Not able to connect that time. I believe that was Browning in and out of his hands. There's Gabe trying to thread the needle, Gabe Cruz. So maybe Tyler Browning thinking about getting hit on the play. That's safety coming over. 2 wide receivers to the right. And it goes through Cruz's hands. He tries to pick it up. And it looks like El Cajon Valley will have the football. At about the 30-yard line, mark it at the 31. 1st and 10 for El Cajon Valley. As the snap, not making it to the right position for Gabe Cruz to be able to handle it. And when he tried to pick it up, he didn't get it. And getting it is El Cajon Valley at the 31-yard line. And now they have a perfect opportunity to put a score on the scoreboard in this scoreless game here in the 2nd quarter here in El Cajon Valley High School in El Cajon. They hand it off. Off guard play. And it's a pretty good running play that time. Antone White was the ball carrier, able to find some running room off the left side. About maybe 1 yard left so they can get a 1st down here. White again. More of an off tackle play that time, and they're able to, with a pursuit, stop him from getting much of a gain on that play, but it's going to be enough for a 1st down. So it's a 1st down now for El Cajon Valley High School, the Braves. Ball resting at about the 20-yard line. Second man through, and he's not going to be able to get anywhere. Brandon Patterson, the linebacker, shooting through, make the play. Sheldon Payne might have been up there as well for the Sultans. Making this now 2nd down and 11 yards to go. Good defensive pursuit that time. Eight and a half and counting down left to go until halftime. Hector Maldonado getting hit hard that time. So the incompleted pass will be 3rd down and 11. The Sultans are winless in 2012, trying to erase that tonight. And neither team has put any points on the scoreboard yet. Rolling right is the quarterback, and he throws and completes a pass all the way down to the 5-yard line. But was he out of bounds? And there's a holding play, so it won't matter nevertheless. Harris, if he didn't have his teammates hold that time, it would have been a fantastic passing play where he's able to throw that football as his body was going one way towards that out-of-bounds line and being able to complete that ball all the way down to about the 5-yard line and put him in great position. That did not work out. As again, the defensive pursuit, the thrust up the middle, creating problems for that offensive line of the Braves, El Cajon Valley High School. And so one of them didn't see who the hold was on, but he felt he had to grab him and keep him from getting in there on his quarterback. Harris in his shotgun formation. They flush him out of the pocket. Harris is at the 35, and then he's hit hard. Sheldon Payne applying the tackle, the vice, if you will, on him. Just inside the 30 at about the 29-yard line. It'll be marked. It's going to be a long 4th down play. And timeout on the field. 7:20 left to play. And it was only momentarily. As they're going to try a field goal, it looks like.
Let's go,
that ball is marked at the 37. It's going to be a 47-yard try for number 18, Irving Von Bon. Von Bon, the senior. 47 yards. And it's not going to be long enough, and Browning is going to catch it, and he can run with it. Browning at the 10, to 15, to 20, 25 to 30. And there's a whistle. They say, wait a minute. It went into the end zone. It is a touchback. Browning figured, what the heck? I'm going to try to take it down the right sideline for a touchdown. That's not going to be. Good hustle, though. And you wait for the officials to make the call. As an athlete out there, you just keep playing. 6:50 left to play until halftime. We're still scoreless here out in El Cajon, 16 miles away from San Diego, downtown city proper. Greg G.K. Porter along with Jim Costa. Jim Costa Films #1 in his YouTube, and Langevin Productions. And George has got a lot of youth sports. Go to YouTube, type in LANGEVIN, and then the word productions after that with an S. And you'll see over 800 videos over the last 3 years of youth sports. Short gain there of a couple of yards. We got the top 10 teams in CIF, California Scholastic Federation of San Diego County, and we will be mentioning those coming into this week as that pass play is incomplete. Nobody really in the area. So it's going to be 3rd down and a long 5 yards for the Sultans of Santana High School in Santee. Not too far from here. Gabe Cruz, let's see what he can do with his 3rd down pass play. As you would think a pass play on 3rd down. I mean, he might try to fool him with a running play. Going to throw it out to Browning. Got it. Did it hit the ground? It hit the ground. Almost an interception that time. And Browning's body was going towards the end zone, and it went off his fingertips and nearly into the hands of a defensive back over there for an interception. But thankfully enough for the Sultans, it goes harmlessly off the turf. So it is a fourth down, a long fourth down play. Able to get that punt off, and a good one now. It hits a 35 to 30 all the way down to the 28-yard line. Beautiful punt. They got the favorable roll, and it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. So they push El Cajon Valley back, who nearly tried to connect on a 47-yard field goal. Both teams have tried a field goal from distance, not able to connect tonight. Greg G.K. Porter for GK Sports. GK Sports Online with a big O, small case N, and then a hyphen, line. And you can see some of the videos that GK Sports has started in its history. We got a timeout on the field. It looks like it is called by the Braves of El Cajon with 5:55 left to play here in El Cajon at El Cajon Valley High School. Top 10 of the CIF in San Diego County. Oceanside is 4-1. Number 2 team is La Costa Canyon at 4-1. Cathedral Catholic at 3-2 is the number 3 team coming into this weekend, or this day, Friday. Helix at 3-1 is number 4 team. Mission Hills number 5 team at 3-2. Number 6 team is Poway at 3-2. St. Augustine is number 7 team at 4-1. 8 team is Eastlake at 3-2. Olympian at 5-0 is number 9, and number 10 is Otay Ranch. They're undefeated also at 5-0. Those are your top 10 teams of the CIF of San Diego County. As the El Cajon Valley Braves will get it started here. 5:55 left to play until halftime. They've got the ball at the 27-yard line. Going to go with a running play, and that's not going to get him anything. Great pursuit. Cavedras was in there to muck that play up for the Sultans of Santana High School. Loss of about a yard on the play, 2nd down and 11 for El Cajon Valley High School. The Braves and their home field tonight. Homecoming, the pitch out, trying to gain some room off the right side, and they do. But there is laundry out there on the field. Number 41, Sheldon Payne, making a big hit. Bring the ball carrier down. That was Anton White. But this is going to go against the Braves of El Cajon Valley High School.
Let's go, defense. We need a touchdown.
Going to be marked off as a 10-yarder. Put all the way to the 16-yard line, pushing him back. So it's going to be 2nd down. And a bunch of yards to go.
Come on, let's go.
The Braves. Harris trying to do something they won't allow him to. As a pursuit coming in from the left side. Not able to keep him out of there. As Marcos Zamudio coming in there, making a big play. He had help though. Sheldon Payne in there on the play. About 4.5 left to play until halftime. Still scoreless here in El Cajon. Eastern part of San Diego County. 3rd and 26 yards to go. The Braves of El Cajon Valley High School. Hakeem Harris, as everybody set, drops back, throws over the right hash mark and looking for somebody there, and nobody was there. He threw it too far as Ryan Peel kind of peeled off of his route. Vastly overthrown that time. And so now it's going to be 4th down and a whole meadow to go for El Cajon Valley High School. Let's choose a different word. Meadow, I like that. In his own end zone is a punter for El Cajon Valley High School. Trying to set things up correctly, I guess, with the time clock. This was a lot less time, and somebody was asleep at the wheel over there. There's only 3:43 left to go until halftime. A couple of extra minutes took a nap on. And these players, neither team which has scored yet, wouldn't mind though. Now when you're behind, that's another story. Trying to block it of the Sultans. They just missed it that time. It hits at the 29 and it rests at the 31. As getting down there. Number 21, that's that guy again. We don't for El Cajon Valley. We on the program, we do not have his number here. I'll bet he's one of these other numbers. And unfortunately not able to give him credit tonight. So, for the Sultans, they will have a 1st down and 10 at the 32-yard line. Great field position here. Try to put a score on the board. Cruz under heavy pressure, and he is dropped.
Come on, guys. You cannot hold the ball that long. Gotta block. Gotta block.
Kushu was in there, making a big defensive play. He had help. Loss of about 6 to 7 yards on that play. So timeout on the field. 3:29. We believe that is the time left until the first half is over. Still scoreless here at El Cajon Valley High School in El Cajon. You're watching a Langevin Productions. Look at the rushing leaders, the CIF in San Diego County. Royce Freeman, 1,186 yards so far. Rushing, Ramsey Romano is the passing leader at 1,571 so far. Cruz, let's see what he can do. And he throws it away, and that's not going to be a good play at all. It's going to result in a score. The Braves put the first points on the board. They lead 6-0 on an interception of Gabe Cruz, trying to throw it out wide, and he threw it away. $63 yards on the interception. El Cajon Valley Braves lead now, and they're going to try to put the extra point on the board as they are set up in a formation to kick it. Von Bon, the kicker. Snaps down, Irving tries to kick it through the uprights and he will not be able to as it is blocked at the line of scrimmage. So it will only be 6-0 with 3:16 left to go until halftime. El Cajon Valley Braves, the first score of the game. Out here in El Cajon, 6-0 the lead. The purple and gold of Santana High School, the Sultans. So Tim Estes' squad know what they have to do now. They're down by a touchdown. Mention the leaders in categories of rushing and passing. Yeah, Victor Ponce, he's a defensive guy. He's got 70 tackles. And he leads the defensive category. Look back at the rushing category. A kid from the 2009 Parkview Little League World Series team is the number 5 rusher from Bishop High School, and that is Bulla Graft. The kickoff from the 40-yard line here in El Cajon. The Sultans going to run it back if they can. And they'll get it all the way to the third line. He shakes a tackle. He's got to go all the way. It's a tie game. The Sultans score on a beautiful run by number 23. And we have a tie game, 99 yards for Ryan Browning. They looked like they had him at about the 40-yard line, but he shook the tackle. He showed that he has the great leg drive, all that worked during the summertime, and he kept it going, and they couldn't catch him to pay dirt. And it is 6-all. So now the Sultans will try and take the lead here. Cruz asking for the tee. So the Sultans answering after the interception thrown by Cruz. They say, you know what? We're going to run this one back. And that's exactly what they did. Official stats kept in the press box. Looked like about 99 yards. The kick is up, and it's long enough, it is good! And it is 7-6. The Sultans of Santana High School lead now with 3 minutes and 1 second left to play until halftime. So it's turned out to be a little more exciting now as both teams have finally put some points on the board in a very exciting fashion. The big interception of 60-plus yards, and now a 90-plus yard kickoff return for a touchdown. And then the point after touchdown to give the Sultans the lead. Greg G.K. Porter for Langevin Productions is what you're watching this on through iHigh. Hopefully you're enjoying this football game. Out here 16 miles from the downtown San Diego city proper. In El Cajon off of Madison Avenue. Real short, about a mile from the 8 freeway, if you've ever been out here in San Diego. So now they kick off. The Sultans, who were just receiving the kickoff just a few moments ago. They did what they had to do to gain the lead, and this one is into the end zone. There'll be no return for number 1, Vernell Moon, the senior. So they'll start it at the 20-yard line. That's how it works in the world of tackle football. After a touchback, Now let's see what the Braves are going to come up with. Not a lot of time left until halftime. Jim Costa bringing you the sights and sounds over here in El Cajon, alongside George Langevin, the producer. And they go off to the right. And they don't get much as the senior Kevin Brady bringing them down. The ball carrier that time is the same young man who has been carrying the ball for El Cajon Valley Braves in this game. And that is Anton White. Double wide receivers off to the right. They hand it off. A fake hand off to the second man through. They want to try to run it around in. That's not going to work. Trying to spread out the defense of the Sultans. They're able to get over there and not allow them to turn the corner. And so now it's going to be 3rd down and 11 yards to go. And they're back at their 19-yard line now. Shadow their own end zone. Al-Masawi split off to the right. And a receiver split out to the left, dropping back. The throw by Harris for Al-Masawi, and he won't be able to get to it as getting up there and batting it away is number 12, Corey Connor. Nice play by Corey. So it is going to be a 4th down. Long yardage to go. And they're going to kick it. But you never know. Football, whether it's a fake attempt, and they try to run it. It's only the formation that are set up in. In a 7-6 game, the Sultans leading. And it is indeed a kick. Calling for the fair catch at the 49-yard line. Actually marked at the 48. Browning. So that's where they'll start up their possession series here. The 48-yard line of the Braves of El Cajon Valley on homecoming night. Beautiful night out here in El Cajon. And hopefully you're enjoying the football game. I know we are here. 1st down at a 48 for the Sultans. Dropping back is Cruz. Finds a receiver, and that's Browning, but Browning is swarmed under very quickly that time. Magallo making a play. Magallo had help. Loss of a yard. Be 2nd down and 11 with the Sultans. Timeout called by the officials. And it might be a problem with the clock again. Got 1 minute and 1 second, and now they wind it back up. Cruz hands it off. The running play to the right, and they don't get anything on that one. Actually lost a yard on the play. But they have the lead. Ryan Browning looked like he was a ball carrier on there, and he was. Ryan kind of holding that risk gingerly as he walks over to the sidelines. 52 seconds left to play, and we hope he'll be okay. 52 seconds left until halftime, we think. Third down and 11 yards to go. Obvious passing down. Again, it is homecoming nights So here is the cars coming on to the track with the homecoming candidates. A handoff straight up the middle. Not able to really gain anything on this play. The Sultans timeout on the field, 42 seconds. And obviously the Braves are trying to gain an opportunity with some time left on the clock, try and at least see if they can move down to field goal range once they get to the football. If not, put it in to the end zone. Head coach Tim Estes, the Sultans, letting his squad know what they need to do here. They lead by 1 point. As they made their point after touchdown, the Braves did not. Therein lies the difference in the football game. El Cajon Valley. Dropping back, received the punt. At about the 10-yard line. And he's got some speed going down the left sidelines. He is dumped there. And a flag is thrown. Will that be a face mask on the play? Getting the ball all the way across the 35 to about the 38-yard line. But let's see what the flag is going to bring about. And a good run back, about 28 yards. And if you're the head coach, you never like to see any kind of run back of that distance. Most head coaches maybe a few yards, and that's about it. Or push them back. Obviously, they'd like their kicker to make that punt returner to have to search for the football and get swarmed under, but it doesn't always work out that way. But if they're going to return the football, you don't want them to get much more than about 5 or 6 yards. They're going to have it at the 26-yard line, El Cajon Valley Braves. They got 2 wide receivers off to the right, 1 off to the left. Down by 1 point with 29 seconds left to go until halftime. It's not really wise to try to run it unless you've really got a great scheme of a running play at this point. You're just too far away from the end zone or too far away to try and get yourself into field goal position with trying to run it. Switching out of football. So here we go. Harris went off the shoulder pads of his wide receiver, Ryan Peel. No chance to reach back and try to catch it. Harris, 2 incompletes in a row. Clock is stopped. 19 seconds left to go until halftime. You just checked in, the Sultans of Santana High School out here in the eastern part of San Diego, leading by 1 touchdown on a kickoff return for a touchdown over 90 yards after they had just given up a 60-plus yard interception in a return for a touchdown. And here coming in and a fumble now, and it looks like the Sultans are going to have the football back. Harris hit hard on a blind side.
Yeah, you will have back pain tomorrow.
Timeout. Don't see the down markers moving. The yard markers moving. Seven seconds left to play until halftime. Cajon Valley is going to kick it. That was not a possession change. Obviously, because they've got their kicking team in. Anytime you don't see those first down and 10 markers move, then you know it wasn't a change of possession. Clock changed again. I have no idea how much time is left until halftime. Maybe they'll fix that at halftime. A block, and picked up, and a touchdown for the Sultans of Santana High School. They block the punt, and they get a touchdown. Things are going well tonight. Corey Cotter, the touchdown. He blocked the punt and recovered it in the end zone, and his team leads now 13-6. Big plays for Santana High School, and that has given him the lead after being behind 6-0. English puts it through the uprights, and it is now 14-6. The Sultans lead with maybe a couple of ticks left to go till halftime. In a game that we saw for the most part scoreless. And then things started to heat up for both teams on the scoreboard. And now, total of 20 points combined for both teams. When we didn't know if either team would put anything on the board there. But in this game, the Sultans have been moving the football a lot better than El Cajon Valley. And obviously now, you've noticed they have made some key plays. Kickoff return for a touchdown. A blocked punt and recovery for a touchdown. Special teams coming up huge for the Sultans of Santana. Obviously, head coach Tim Estes would like to get uncorked his passing game and his running game, but the Braves have had an answer for that one so far. And of course, the Braves getting their lone touchdown on an interception return for the touchdowns I mentioned moments ago. The lone score that didn't involve special teams for either team. And actually, you could say that, as is an offsides call right here, they'll be moved back to the 35 with the Sultans of Santana High School. You could say that that punt was not a special teams play at the high school level. A lot of these players playing both sides of the football, offensively and defensively. Especially at this size school. Some of the bigger schools, you don't see it as much. But it is a predominant factor for the most part through high school. And El Cajon Valley Braves getting it at about the 48-yard line. It went right to number 50, Jose Nava. And Nava says, I'm just going to flop down on this football. give my team the possession with maybe a couple of ticks left on the clock. So an opportunity for Harris to throw it into the end zone. Or maybe a specialty type of play here. Let's see what Harris is going to do here. For El Cajon Valley High School, the Braves, in their home field on homecoming night. He drops back. Last play of the first half. Harris's pass is blocked, and who recovers it? Well, it doesn't matter. There's not going to be any time left on the clock to do anything, but El Cajon is not able to put any more points on the board, and they'll be down by 8 at halftime, 14-6. We hope you've enjoyed the first half via Langevin Productions on iHigh.com. I'm Greg G.K. Porter, along with Jim Costa, bringing you the sights and sounds through the first half. And George Langevin from Langevin Productions, our producer. We'll be right back with the second half. And right here at El Cajon Valley, they're going to have the homecoming activities. See you in the second half. 14-6. The Santana Sultans leading here to start off the second half. The Sultans will be going from left to right on your video, and right to left is the El Cajon Valley Braves. Santana, after falling behind after the 60-plus yard interception return for a touchdown and the non-point after touchdown, they returned it 90-plus yards for a kickoff return for a touchdown, and then right before the end of the half, they get a blocked punt and they put it in the end zone. The same player being able to recover that football and put it in the end zone, and that was Ryan Browning on a great play. 14, and they make the PAT 14-6 your score. El Cajon Valley Braves now the ball at the 23-yard line after the kickoff return, and a modest one at that. Greg G.K. Porter, Langevin Productions with George, the producer today, and Jim Costa bringing you the sights and sounds from out here in El Cajon, about 16 miles to the east of downtown San Diego. On first and 10. Harris trying to run around in, and he swarmed under over there. Couldn't find much running room. So, gain of a scant yard. Vernell Moon actually was a ball carrier on that play. El Cajon Valley. Trying to go off the right side again, not getting much, as well as defensively playing very, very well along that left side of the line of scrimmage. The Sultans making this one the third down and long yardage to go. Do not have a spotter if you haven't noticed. If you weren't around in the first half, so I'll try and pick up those numbers as best I can. Throw by Harris is a completion for a first down, close to the 40-yard line. As he rolled out right and was able to find his receiver down the field. And as Ty Anthony. And Anthony down on the turf. 12-6, the Sultans lead after a long homecoming presentation here in front of the partisans on the far side. The Braves, student body, band, cheerleaders. Still down on the field. Timeout on the field, 10-20. 14-6, Santana leads. Well, the player injured is off the field now, and hopefully he will be able to return before it's out. Never like to see a player injured out there, but contact sport, especially football, you're going to have those things happen. Harris, a pitch out. Moon gets around in and gains some yards. It's it across the 45. But was he out of bounds? Before he got to the 45, he was. Out of bounds at the 43, Vernell Moon. So a little toss sweep play, and they're able to gain some more yards. Round in. Second down. And about 6. Harris under the center. Hands it off. Not able to get anything out of that one. Stiffening up in the interior. The Sultans able to meet that ball carrier at the point of attack and drag him down. Third down. They maybe gained a yard on the play. Third down and a long 5. The Braves down by 8 points here in the third quarter. In their own field of territory. Moon on the run. Moon is dragged down. Vernell Moon looking for an alley, a seam of some sort. He couldn't find one. So it is going to be fourth down now. Loss of a yard. Fourth down and 6. Browning back to receive the punt, standing at his 27. Low snap, barely getting it away. Hit at the 43. Browning steps away from it, and it'll rest at the close to the 30-yard line, about the 31. As touching it down there was Kevin Darby, the senior, El Cajon Valley High School. So that's where they will start possessions here in the second half. Their first series of possessions actually marked at the 30-yard line. The point of the football, 1st and 10 for Gabe Cruz. His team leading by 8, trying to hold on to this lead, maybe add some more to it, and try and secure their first victory of the season. Nice running play across the 40 to the 42. Peter Franchek on a nice run. "42-yard line. First down and 10. Try to run it up the middle. Tough sledding that time. Khalil Stewart, ball carrier. Stewart, somewhat of a workhorse in that first half. Single backfield. Stewart again to call. Getting it across the 45 to about the 47. Maybe closer to the 48-yard line. About a long 4. Sultans of Santana High School. Trying to work it in midfield there and beyond. Braves on homecoming night want to try to stiffen up here. Third down play, and that play is not going to be completed. Looking for Cody Stam was Cruz. Threw it behind him. Or maybe Cody not able to break back towards the football and losing his balance. Nevertheless, it is a 4th down. Dropping back deep. Received the football is Vernell Moon again. This one will hit at the 30-yard line and go out of bounds at the 29 and is marked at. So that's where the El Cajon Valley Braves will start their possession here. Their second drive in the second half. Cheerleaders from El Cajon Valley coming over here near side to join their Santana Sultan counterpart young ladies. Customarily, you see it just about every high school game in the nation. High school football game. Harris, handoff straight up the gut. Getting over there, make the play, and Sean Padberg. Thought I saw Padberg say, keep feeding me an opportunity to make a play. Padberg has made some plays in this game throughout the first half. Now here he is in the second half. Fake the handoff, and Harris is swarmed under. Harris not able to do anything that time, as shooting through and making the big play was Mark Jager. Nice play by Mark. So now you got an even longer scenario here on third down for the Braves of El Cajon Valley High School, as they see that ball resting down at the 27-yard line, maybe the 28. Correction. That ball is way back at the 23-yard line. I don't know what I was looking at. At the 23-yard line. Nevertheless, it's a long way to go. Harris under center, rolls out right. Gonna throw long and gonna overthrow his wide receiver. And there's some partisans on the far side. The home crowd weren't happy with the coverage. But nevertheless, not a penalty drawn for Sadiq Al-Masawi. 10 and wide receiver. And so at the 10-yard line, they're going to punt it. Down by 8, 14-6. And offside, jumping a little bit too soon. It was the Sultans of Santana High School. Looked like it was Corey Connor a little bit too ambitious. Try to get to that punter. So they're going to gain some yards on the penalty. but not enough to get a first down. Puts him across the 25 to the, there's that 27 that I mentioned earlier. 5 minutes and a second left to play. Nearly blocked that time. Remember, they blocked one right at the end of the first half. And we're able to put it in the end zone for a touchdown. Nearly got another one there. Browning getting that ball up to the 46-yard line. That's where they'll start it. The Sultans. As we're inside a 5-minute mark. Good tight ball game here in El Cajon on a beautiful night. High 60s. It has been extremely hot over the last number of weeks out here, and this is probably the coolest night in a number of weeks. Bad snap on the play, making it second down and 12 yards to go. The ball is resting at about the 49-yard line. Maybe call it a little bit more towards the 48. Cruz drops back, one-step drop. Browning and makes a play, but then cannot hold it down while he was knocked down to the turf. Artificial surface here. Nevertheless, some sort of turf, even if it is plastic. The beads they use nowadays. Third down. Browning not able to bring it in. Good pass, though, by Gabe Cruz. Gabe, the senior, handing it off, and they gain not enough yards to get a first down just across the 45. They're going to have to punt it unless they're going to try something different. Make them believe they're going to punt it. Nevertheless, it is Vernell Moon dropping back for El Cajon Valley High School. He's standing there at about the 10-yard line. High snap. Good kick, though. Rolls all the way down towards the end zone. Will it make it? It will not. And they pin him down to about the 1-yard line. The Sultans special teams have been in fuego tonight. That's why they have the 8-point lead. And now the Braves have a long way to go. 3:34 left to play still in the third quarter. They're not out of this one. They're only down by 8. But the Sultans have them backed up in the shadow of their own end zone. Sultans trying to win their first game of 2012. They are 0-5 coming into this one. The purple and gold under head coach Tim Estes. Boy, did they have a great season last season. Getting to the CIF championship out here in San Diego County. Lost at Valley Center. Championship game at Qualcomm. The Chargers play the pass on a slant. Thrown a little bit too high for Vernell Moon to get to it. So it'll be second down at 10 yards to go. Can't make any mistakes here. You're playing out of your own end zone. Don't want to give up a safety. Don't want to give up a touchdown, even worse. Harris, who's been the signal caller. El Cajon. 2 wide receivers off to the right, 1 to the left, and they hand it off, and he nearly didn't get out of the end zone. He just got out of the end zone that time. Maybe about the half-yard line. And so they will have a long third down. The Braves, El Cajon Valley High School. The sign on their scoreboard saying "Go Big Red." There were some years ago where they had a pretty good football team out here. And did they get out of the end zone? No, it doesn't look like it. It's an actual touchdown. The Sultans have scored another TD on a great defensive play. They didn't get out of the end zone, and they gave up a touchdown as well. And so now it is 20-6. Santana High School. And I mentioned that team that went 11-2 last season, and first time seeing them, at least for myself. And Jim's been here all season, and they're coming out playing similar to that team last season, at least in this game against El Cajon Valley High School. 20-6. Trying to get the point after touchdown. Snap down, kick is up, long enough. It's in between the uprights, 21-6. Dylan English, 3 points after touchdowns. And the Santana Sultans are rolling tonight. Dropping back deep to receive it, Vernell Moon. English to kick it from the 40. Both the cheerleader contingent showing their skills on the other side, the field, with the Braves. And then the ladies, young ladies here for the Santana High School will come back and entertain those on the near side. .247 left to play in the third quarter. Moon runs up to the 10, gets it there to 15 to 20, 25, tries to break out of that hold in the center of the field, not able to do so, as they had good coverage getting down there. Fernando Murphy getting down there. Kevin Brady getting down there, doing a fine job. So that football will be at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Braves of El Cajon Valley High School. Harris throws it to the outside of Moon. Moon not able to get to that one. Harris has a pretty strong arm, but the accuracy at times goes away from him. 21-6. Santana High School leading El Cajon Valley High School. Sultans with an even larger lead now. Trying to ride this one to a victory. And with that 15-point lead, the run off the right guard doesn't really go anywhere. El Cajon Valley High School. Third down and about 9 yards to go. Moon and company want to try to do something down the field, but they're having a hard time doing it. The Sultans have been up to the task tonight. And there again, Moon trying to run that football down and won't be able to get to it. So it is going to be the punt team, the Braves of El Cajon, on homecoming night 2012. Surely there was a happy young lady tonight winning the homecoming, the fall football program, fall sports, I should say. And a snap is low, but some laundry on the field, as they call it. Yellow laundry at that. Used to be all yellow, but then the NFL came up with some red laundry, calling it challenge flags. Or challenge hanky, so to speak. Minute and 46 seconds left to go until fourth quarter begins. Fourth down. Harris trips off to the right. Hands it off, faked the handoff to the tailback and kept it himself, and not able to do anything with it as he swarmed under. And on fourth down, they turn it over on downs. Maybe not a wise decision. The El Cajon Valley contingent.
Good job, defense!
Thirty-two-yard line. And it is going to be an offsides or either illegal procedure. Let's see what happens. It's actually going to be offsides against, or encroachment, I should say, against El Cajon. So, second down. Or no, first down and 5, actually. Cruz. Got his running back weaving to the outside. Then try to go back to the inside. Try to put it in the end zone. Khalil Stewart, ball carrier, who has ran well in this game. First down at the 13-yard line. Cruz dropping back, and it actually turns out to be a handoff again. Running up the gut again. Second down. 8 yards to go. Might have been a fumble and a giveaway. And that's exactly what it turns out to be. Ball carrier didn't actually get the football secured into his body. And so the first turnover, the second turnover of the game now for the Sultans. Fumble recovery gives El Cajon Valley the football at the 9-yard line. Defense was in on that play quickly. They're not able to gain anything out of that. They lost yardage. This will be the last play, and they're not going to, looks like they're not going to get it off. They're going to go into the fourth quarter. Santana leading 21-6. That's exactly what it's going to be. The long walk for the El Cajon Valley Braves in their home field on homecoming night 2012, finding themselves down by 15 points, 21-6. We'll be right back with the starting of the fourth quarter in just a moment. Fourth quarter set to begin. 15-point lead for the Santana Sultans. Pass over the middle by Harris, and it is complete to his wideout Ryan Peel, the senior, getting it across the 20-yard line to the 22. Out of the shadow of their own end zone they work, trying to move upfield. And they have to do that if they entertain any hopes of gaining a tie or winning this football game, as they're down by 15. And only this quarter to work with. On homecoming night 2012, 16 miles to the east of downtown San Diego, out here in El Cajon. Dropping back at a two-step drop is a fine pass. Ty Anthony with the wide receiver with the catch, and Anthony not really happy with the coverage, and not a good show of sportsmanship there, and lucky not to be flagged on it, which would have hurt his team on that nice pass from Harris on a bullet right to him. The 49-yard line. Midfield now for the Braves of El Cajon. Timeout on the field. The head coach wanted to come out and talk to his team. El Cajon. They don't lose their composure here in trying to come back. 21-6. 11:06 left to play in the game.
Let's go, defense!
.11:06 left to play in the game. Moving up the field, El Cajon Valley. Harris's pass along that sideline, and it is complete. Harris to Peel. Threw it just away from the defensive back to try to get a hand on it. And now Harris starting to connect with his wide receivers. A lot of his throws have been behind him or way in front of him. And now he's starting to connect. And they've got the football now at the 36-yard line. Harris drops back. Throws it deep, and a touchdown for El Cajon Valley. Vernell Moon able to bring it in. And the touchdown, 21 to 12. Seen these types of football games before. Quarterback not able to hook up with his wide receivers. And I'm talking about from the high school level. And then all of a sudden, they start to connect. And now they're back into the ball game, the Braves of El Cajon Valley. Right here at Homecoming 2012, Greg G.K. Porter, along with Jim Costa from Jim Costa Films, and George Langevin producing this one, Langevin Productions. Harris, they want to go for two, not going to get it. As dropped in their attempt by Sheldon Payne. Payne has had a whale of a game for the Sultans. So, 21-12 it will remain. 9 points the difference. They wanted to try to get it within 8. Therein lies an opportunity to put 6 up and then go for 2 and tie up the game. Didn't work out that time as Payne had other ideas. 10:36 left to play here in the fourth quarter. El Cajon Valley going to kick it deep. Browning dropping back. Remember, the Sultans have ran one back for a touchdown. That's why they're ahead in this game. Trying to kick it away, and they do. But there's a flag on that. Illegal procedure. That is how it is called. And so the Sultans will gain good field position at the 35. Leading 21-12. Gabe Cruz, signal caller. Hands it off. Play going right. And shooting the gap was Peel there. Peel almost dropping him for a loss. Nevertheless, he was able to shut the play down a little bit as Browning wanted to try to turn the corner. That's Ryan Browning. Clock moving. Now down to 9 minutes left to play in a game. Want to keep it on the ground. Try to eat up the clock with this 9 point lead, I should say. Third down. You're El Cajon Valley, you want to try to stop them here. There lies your chance to get the football back in not bad field territory. But if they get a first down, you're going to be backed up, even if you do get the football back. On the blitz, but he's able to get it off to his wide receiver. He shakes a tackle. He continues down the field, all the way down to the 36-yard line. Corey Connor on the nice slant. And what they call yards after the catch, the yak for Connor. Getting him down to the 38-yard line of the Braves. Gabe Cruz says, I can find my wide receivers too, but that time, trying to hand it off. Not able to get anything going there as he swarmed under. Was Stewart. Good pursuit there. That interior line, linebackers right there. Not allow that one to go for any kind of gain and actually a big loss of about 3 or 4 yards. But still, they're in the territory of El Cajon Valley. Here's the purple and gold and a pitch out to the left. A slow developing play. And they're not going to get anything out of that one is Stewart. Stewart barely getting back to the line of scrimmage. Now it's going to be 3rd down. About 14 yards. Play coming in from the sidelines. Number 12, Corey Connor. Let's see what Gabe Cruz and his team is going to do here. Got the 9-point lead. Just over 7.5 left to go in the game. Cruz up the middle. Stewart not gaining anything on that carry. And so it's going to be 4th down. Dropping back is Moon. Great name of NFL fame, Warren Moon, a quarterback. Many years in the NFL. Played over in the Canadian Football League. Helping out an associate of mine. Or a contingent of people that helping out a contingent of mine trying to start a new football league. See if that happens in 2014, called the USFL. Marshall Falk involved in that. Lay a game. But that's so they can try and pin him down within inside the 15-yard line, get him down to maybe inside the 10. And it's going to work out not that way. Upfield to about the 26 or 27. So the intentions were good. The execution not quite as so. So, with a 9-point lead and 6:43 left to go in the game. El Cajon Valley, 70+ yards away from pay dirt and becoming very close to the Santana Sultans in this game.
Let's go, D. We need pressure.
Harris been hot in the second half. He finds Moon, and Moon is able to get out of bounds, and that's a smart play. But Harris has found the accuracy, and he's finding Moon. He found him for a touchdown not so long ago. They're becoming lethal in the second half, the hookup. The winless Sultans trying to put the victory in the W column. They're being challenged here by the baby blue and red in their home field on homecoming night 2012. Harris drops back, tries to pass it, and it's deflected. Nicely done by number 46, Kevin Brady, getting up high. He says, oh, no, you don't. I'm going to bat this one down. Clock stops, though. 6:34 left to play in the game. Harris got a fresh play. Gives it to his teammates. Comes to the line. Looks over the defensive formation. Double wide receivers out to the right. Looking for Moon, and he throws it over up to Browning. Browning intercepts the ball for the Sultans. He's down at the 42-yard line as Peel stops him from going up the field. And the Sultans have averted the attempt to try to draw extremely close in this game with an interception. The accuracy again came into play for Harris. And that time, not able to find Moon. And instead, into the hands of Browning. Not the man he was intended to throw to, especially at this point in the game. The turnovers have been very, very costly for El Cajon Valley. On the running play across midfield to about the 46 for the Sultans of Santana, 6:21. Or is it? They've had problems with the clock here in El Cajon.
Let's go, offensive line!
Sultans trying to salt this one away for their first victory of 2012. All they have to do is move the sticks, and they'll do just that. Cheerleaders for Santana High School happy tonight, along with the partisans here, as the team has played well. Both sides of the football defensively, not allowing them to get uncorked with the running game. The passing game, not able to be as accurate as they want to, putting pressure, batting balls away, intercepting the football. That's how the success has come for Santana High School tonight. And head coach Tim Estes has to be happy. Well, these juniors and seniors have come to play tonight on the road. Great thing to get a victory on the road, if you can get one.
Let's go, offensive line!
And if you can take away a homecoming for the home team in high school football, that's what you want to do. Cruz comes under center. And draws them off sides. Gonna be first down at 5. Coming in with a play, Robert Schonk. Schonk has had to try to make some plays in this game. Flanked out to the left. Wide receiver off to the right. They're going to hand it up to Stewart. And Stewart not able to get anything on that one. Maybe a yard. As shooting through the gap was Hector Maldonado, the senior. Counting down to 6 minutes. Clock running. That's what the Santana Sultans want to do. Keep it running. No need to pass it because they're ahead by 9. Don't want to give El Cajon any time. Try to come back. Got to secure the football and drop down hard that time by number 12, Kushu. He gets his name called. And a big play that time for the Braves of El Cajon Valley. Not allowing Stewart to get going. Third down and about 4 yards to go. Short 4. In motion. And then they hand it off to Stewart. Stewart tries to go more than a couple of yards, but not allowed to do so.
Go, Coach. You gotta go
By number 44, Aguayo. Dylan, nice tackle that time.
Put in 4-1.
They get a little closer to the first down marker. This is a key one. They want to get the first down here, and basically the victory is theirs. 21-12, 4:50 left to play in the game. We'll be right back. 21-12, Sultans lead, and they're going to punt it. Trying to stop it from going in the end zone. And Shonk just couldn't keep it from doing so. So it's going to be first down and 10 at the 20-yard line. El Cajon Valley High School Braves. 4:44 left to play in the game. Down by 9. Missing a 2-point conversion, and it's looming large here. Missed a single-point conversion. That part of the package as well. Harris under a lot of pressure. He gets a pass off. He just got it off to Ty Anthony. And Anthony was swarmed under very quickly. No YAK, yards after the catch. And they lost yardage on the play. 4:33 left to go. Good defensive play. And they're getting him flushed out of the pocket again, and he throws it over the outstretched hands of his wide receiver, Sadiq Al-Masawi. So now it's going to be third down, 11 yards to go. The time of the game that you want to get a lot of pressure on the quarterback. Don't want to allow him a lot of time back there to find a receiver. You want that pressure coming from up front or the blitz packages. But you got to be careful as well. This Harris, pretty mobile quarterback. You got to make sure you find Moon. He's been dangerous in this game. He's got a touchdown already of long distance. Officials are figuring something out on the field. Been a lot of that in this game, which has made the game go longer than normal, along with the homecoming pageantry. But it's not a cold night, as we have hit fall, and that's going to ensue down in the upcoming weeks. Out here, eastern part of the county. All right, we're set to go here. We believe there's 4:17 left to play in the game. Here's Harris, flushed out of the pocket. He throws downfield, and it is going to be out of bounds as he was looking for a couple of wideouts along that left sideline, not able to connect with them. So they're going to have to give up the football, punting it out of the shadow of their own end zone. For all intents and purposes, this game is over unless there's going to be a miscue by the Sultans. So El Cajon Valley not wanting to give that football back, but they're going to have to do it right now. And they're doing so with the punt to midfield and a fair catch. Browning not deciding to run, create any kind of an opportunity for El Cajon Valley. So at midfield, they have it. They can run that football and basically run out of the clock. But you never know. Sometimes the head coach put in a play, catch him napping, and try and get a touchdown by way of the pass. Cruz got a wide receiver out to the right and to the left. Gonna pitch it back. Stewart gets around a couple of players, and Stewart's gonna go all the way down to the 5-yard line before he's dragged down. But there was a flag hurled all the way back upfield, and it looks like it's going to be brought back. Nice run by Stewart. Nearly a touchdown run by Stewart. Boy, he would have liked to have had that one. And it's going to be brought all the way back up to the 43 to be marked off, and they're going to be now at their 47-yard line. .353 left to play, as the scoreboard says. Surely the official time is on the field.
Come on, Stripes, get it right.
The Sultans are going to try to salt this one away
Let's go.
for their first victory of 2012. Gabe Cruz, senior quarterback. I'm just going to run off the clock, or the play clock, basically. And they hand it off to Stewart, and he's swarmed under.
Hey, that play's got to develop quicker. Let's go, boys.
Alan Michael Harris to play. Defensively, winding down to 3 minutes left. Second down and about 16. Again, trying to run the play clock down. Pitch out to Stewart. Stewart almost lost the handle on that football on that pitch out. He was able to grab it and gain a couple of yards. And again, they're going to try to use as many seconds off the clock as they can. It's now down close to 2 minutes left. Yeah, good kicking game is going to play a part, but you can best believe El Cajon Valley is going to try to come in and block it, as that might be their only chance to get within a point or two.
Come on, coaches, you gotta get that play in.
And delay of game, so they'll be backed up. 41-yard line, and now 2:02 left to play, and they'll have to kick it, or they'll have to start the play, I should say. Third down. They're going to have to kick it. There's no doubt about that. A little premature with the words there. It's just where they're going to kick it from. Cruz. Unless they can get a great big play, and El Cajon Valley Braves not allowing them to do so. Stewart with the run. Getting it up to about the 43. Running more clock until they have to kick it. Dropping back is Moon. And if you're El Cajon Valley, you want to run this back or get a very big run back. Minute and 13 left to play. And they're going to kick it from the 30. Well, the line of scrimmage will be the 38.
Hey, let's go 4-6. Hustle it down there.
Special teams for Santana. Been very good tonight. Extremely good tonight. They need another one. And they do, just getting it away. Hits at the 40, the 39 actually, and rolls all the way down to the 21-yard line. So the beautiful kick, pinning them down to their 21. And now the defense has to do their part to get the victory here. Five games have been played so far by the purple and gold of Santana High School in the 2012 season. And in the sixth one here, they're on the verge of getting their first victory to go 1-5. But they got to hold them for a minute and 5 seconds. Can they do it? On homecoming night 2012 for the Braves. Swarmed under his Harris, but he breaks out of it, and he gets out of bounds, and that's a smart decision by the quarterback. Gets out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Got to stop the clock. Harris has shown that he has a strong arm, but he's got to find a way to get some space because the pursuit has been very, very good towards flushing him out of the pocket, making him uncomfortable back there. He drops back, throws it across the middle, and was there an error? There was not. And there is now a yellow hanky is thrown. As there was a personal foul, looks like on a play. And a pass interference. Looks like that's upcoming at midfield. So now they'll have a new set of downs, down by 9. Under a minute. Braves of El Cajon Valley want to make it even tougher to gain the W. Even though they are down by 9. Want to make them work towards getting it.
Let's go, defense!
And they've worked very well, very strongly in this game. But can they get the W? And they hit the arm and an interception, and that's exactly what will happen. As up in the air, looks like it was Browning to intercept it. They hit the arm of Harris, and it is Browning, and the W will be had by the Sultans of Santana High School. And the music is so very popular, Gangnam Style. The cheerleaders for the Sultans doing a little bit of that. And Santana High School will have their first victory of the season, 1-5 on the road. As long as nothing extraordinarily happens here. You have seen it in the pro game where one of the college coaches has said, I'm in a pro game now, and you take that position where you're going to just take one knee. I want my guys to continue to play the game and try to get to the football. It doesn't look like El Cajon Valley is going to try any of those as some will call it shenanigans today. And they'll take the loss. And Santana High School congratulates them for the competition and a victory on the road. The high school from Santee. Hope you've enjoyed all of the action. The final score, 21-12, Santana Sultans over the El Cajon Valley High School Braves. For Jim Costa, who's been on the camera bringing you the sights and sounds, check him out on Jim Costa Films on YouTube, Jim Costa Films 1. And George Langevin producing this one, Langevin Productions. Just check him out on YouTube, Langevin Productions with an S. I'm Greg GK Porter for GK Sports. Check us out on YouTube, GK Sports Online with a big O, small lowercase n hyphen L-I-N-E on YouTube. As the Sultans come to the near side and they get the round of applause from the parents and the student body. Take care of yourself. Saying so long from El Cajon. Bye now.